Do contracts need to be in writing? The answer is, it depends. That's a very common legal answer. It depends. So what does it depend on? It really depends on the type of contract. So contracts for services typically do not need to be in writing. And when I say need to be in writing, they don't need to be in writing and signed by the parties. That doesn't mean that that I advise oral contracts, but from a practical perspective, having all of your contracts in writing is better, but it's not legally required for most contracts that involve services. Now, there are two types of contracts that do need to be in writing and signed by the parties, and we can thank a law called the Statute of Frauds that explain that two types of contracts need to be in writing. The first type of contract is a sale for the good that is worth more than $500. And the second type of contract is a contract that involves the sale or lease of real estate. And so if you have those two types of contracts, then you do need to have it in writing and it needs to be signed by the parties involved. There's a ton of litigation about contracts that are in these areas, and there are many reasons about whether the statute of frauds applies. It seems like the courts don't actually like the statute of frauds, and so if there's kind of a legal way to get out of it, sometimes the parties will make those arguments. However, even if the statute of frauds do apply, it doesn't mean that a party who has been wronged has no remedy. So if someone if there's no writing or no signature when there needs to be one, and someone's rights are violated in that transaction, there are other types of legal remedies that involved contract-like claims, what we call quasi-contract claims. So, I mean, that's a whole other topic. So really the point is that if you are in that situation where you are dealing with those two types of contracts, you do want to have it in writing and signed by the parties. It doesn't mean that you would be without remedy, but it would certainly make recovering your remedy a lot harder and more difficult and more expensive.